guys, welcome back to Yoga with Leona, your site for everything about yoga and breast cancer recovery. Excited to practice with you again today, and great job for getting back on your mat. So today's practice is going to be an all levels sort of Y4C or yoga for cancer style practice. So we'll be using 2 blocks at the front of our mat. Remember, if you don't have blocks, you could use some household items like a stack of books that's about this tall, or a roll of paper towels sometimes will work. But if you're going to keep practicing a lot of yoga, I think it's a good idea to invest in a couple of yoga blocks if you have the means. We'll also use a strap or a belt to stretch our legs, and then we'll use a folded up blanket or towel to pad our knees. So once you've got your props and things settled, then let's make our way to a comfortable seat. Remembering, we always arrive at our mat before our practice and allow our energy to settle a little bit. So find your place of stillness. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. The theme for today's practice comes from a quote from Mahatma Gandhi that I really love. It says, "There is a force in the universe which, if we permit it, will flow through us and produce miraculous results." And I love this quote for a couple of reasons. It sort of gets at the idea from the niyamas of the 8 limbs of yoga, from the last of the niyamas, which is Isvara Pranidhana, or sort of surrender or trusting in the universe or a higher power or whatever it is that you believe in, and sort of releasing our tendency to need to control everything. So this can be a big deal for us as cancer survivors. I know personally I'm have that personality where I really want to try to control everything in my life, and sometimes that can really cause a lot more angst than help. So this idea of sort of releasing our need to control a little bit, trusting in the process, trusting in ourselves, and knowing that if we get out of our own way a little bit, sometimes amazing things can happen. So it's not to say that you don't ever, try to do things that are going to make your situation better. Of course, we're here on our mat today because we want to try to get healthier and stronger and better. And that's wonderful, and we want to do that, but we just don't want to sort of grip and try so hard to control everything that we cause ourselves more struggle and more tension than we need to. So that's the idea for today. Sort of a go with the flow. Just trust and sometimes let things be a little bit. All right, so with that, let's open the practice with one long Om. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale for Om. Very nice. Then let's release our left hand to our knee. We're going to take alternate nostril breathing. So you've probably seen this one once or twice before. You'll use your right hand first in a fist, and then you release your thumb and the little 2 fingers, and you're going to alternately use that hand to close one nostril and then the other. So first you're going to close the right nostril and inhale through the left for 2, 3, 4. Switch the hands, exhale right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, same side right, 2, 3, 4, and exhale left, 2, 3, 4. Inhale left, and exhale right. Inhale right, and exhale left. Couple more rounds. Inhale left, and exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Last one, inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. And then you can release your hand and allow your breathing to come back to natural. If you have a cat on your mat, you can move him out of the way a little bit. And then we're gonna come to lie on our back. Before you lie back, grab your strap because we're gonna use it while we're there. All right, and then we're gonna start the spine warm up lying flat on our backs. So come to lie on your back, feel your spine release into the floor and stretch your body long from tip to toe. And then when we're ready, we're gonna grab our right wrist with our left hand, keep both shoulders and both hips flat on the floor, and then stretch your arms up and over to the back left corner of your mat. And then both feet will go to the front left corner of your mat. You're making a banana shape with your body. You feel stretching underneath the right shoulder and maybe in between the ribs on the right hand side of your body. If it feels good and you want a little more stretch, you can cross the right ankle over your left and just feel the whole right side of your body stretching. Couple more deep breaths here. You're bending your spine to the left. Good, and then let's take the other side. So switch your hands, right hand grabs left wrist, arms go up and right, and feet go down and right. And now you feel the stretch through the left hand side of your body. Ribs opening, giving space for that left lung. Muscles under the left shoulder and around the left hip opening. And breathe. All right, very nice. Come on back to the center and let's bend our knees. Feet come flat to the floor. Arms can go all the way out to the sides in a T or in a cactus. And then we're going to take a little twist. So let your knees fall to the left as you turn your gaze to the right. Feel a gentle twist through your spine and around your hips. So we're getting our spine warmed up and ready for the practice. Take your knees to the top and take the other side. So knees go right, gaze goes left. Taking today's practice as an opportunity to just go with the flow. So if we can get used to this in our practice on our mat, it'll be easier for us to remember to do it in life when things are presenting themselves as kind of a challenge and we notice that we're struggling or that we're gripping, and we can remember to just loosen up and go with the flow. All right, come on back to the center and let's grab our strap. We're going to stretch our legs a little bit here at the beginning. So grab your strap, and remember a belt or a scarf is fine, just as long as it's strong enough to hold your foot. You're going to put the strap around the sole of your right foot. Put the left leg long to the floor if it's possible. If that's uncomfortable to you, it can stay bent. But you get a better stretch if the left leg is down. And then you're going to just pull that leg toward you. So remember, it's early in the practice. You might be a little stiff still. So pull gently and stretch that hamstring through the right leg. Sometimes it feels good to bend the leg and then stretch it again. Good, and then take the strap into your right hand. Left hand goes long on the floor to balance you, and you let the right leg fall all the way out to the side. Feel the stretch move into your inner right thigh, waking up those hips and legs. And keep stretching them a little more throughout the rest of the practice. Good. Now take it back to the top and switch your hands. So strap comes into the left hand, right arm to the floor, and then the leg goes across the top. I like to stop here at about 45 degrees, and you feel the stretch move into the outer aspect of your right thigh. If you take the foot all the way to the floor, it's more of a twist. So you can do whichever feels good, but I like it up here at 45 degrees. Good, then come back to the top and switch the feet. So put your left foot into the strap, release the right foot down, either foot flat on the floor or all the way flat. And again, pull that leg toward you as you feel that left hamstring open a little bit. You can bend and straighten, and bend and straighten, and see if that gives you a little more space. Meanwhile, remembering deep, calm breaths will relax your body. Good. Now take the strap into your left hand, right arm long beside you, and stretch that left leg all the way open to the left. Again, feel the stretch move into the inner left thigh. Try to keep both hips on the floor if you can. Try not to flop all the way out, and let that right hip peel up. Sometimes you can push on that right hip or thigh with your right hand. I like to keep mine all the way out to the side. It kind of balances you. Good, and then come back across the top, strap into the right hand, cross it over, and feel the stretch move into your left outer thigh. Good, that foot comes back to the center, release the strap, roll onto your side, and then come on up. All right, so that's our supine spine warm-up. We're gonna take just one stretch here on our hands and knees before we get up and start moving. So if you've got a blanket, grab it and stick it under your knees. We'll get a little back bend here into our warm-up. So come onto your hands and knees into this tabletop position. Your wrists will be just under your shoulders, your knees just under your hips. And we're gonna shift into that cat-cow stretch. So on an inhale, your belly sinks down, head comes up. This is a cow. Exhale, push your spine up to the sky. You look like a mad cat. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, push your spine up. Push into your hands. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, push your spine up to the sky. Shoulder blades spread across your back. Inhale, belly down. Last one. Exhale, push your spine up to the sky. Good. All right, so we've got our spine warmed up a little bit. We're ready to get started with the practice. So you can leave your blanket here, or you can move it to the side if you want. We'll be using it again in just a minute or two because we're gonna step back and put our knee down. So keep it close. And then come up to the front of your mat and grab your blocks. Remembering whatever amount of blocks works for you. So if you're not sure or you need a refresher, you can go back to that video on the modified sun salutation. So that's where I explain the block test and how to figure out what level of blocks is right for you. So remembering the point of these blocks is that we keep our spine nice and straight in the sun salutations. All right, so bring your toes just behind your blocks, and we're gonna start with those sun stretches. So inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, sit your hips down, bending your knees, keeping spine straight until your hands reach your blocks. Inhale, straighten the legs as your body tilts forward. Exhale, hips down, chest up, look forward. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Keep going like that. 4 more. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Remember, chest stays high, spine straight. Inhale, straighten legs. Exhale, sit it down, look forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Inhale, straighten legs. Exhale, hips down, bend your knees. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Inhale, straighten legs. Exhale, sit down, look forward. Inhale up. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Stop and breathe a moment. So remembering during sun salutations to not move too fast. So our breath comes first, and then we coordinate the movements with the breath. So we want to not be forcing ourselves to breathe faster than we want to. So try not to push the speed of your sun salutations, especially when you start practicing on your own. You don't want to cheat yourself of any of the delicious time that you get with each in-breath and out-breath. All right? Come on back to your blocks. Let's keep going. We're going to step back to the seesaw and keep stretching our legs. All right? So inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Inhale, step the left foot behind. Heel comes down. The toes are out at about 11 o'clock. And then straighten that front leg as much as possible, keeping your spine straight here. Inhale, bend it, look forward. Exhale, straighten again. Now, if it feels okay to you, you can drape your body down, but you don't want to put a lot of pressure on your spine, so no rolling the spine like this. Spine straight. Drape it down if you like. Then inhale, look forward, step forward, and come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Right foot steps back and straighten that front leg. Inhale, bend it, look forward. Exhale, straighten again. Inhale, look forward, step forward, and come up. Exhale. Good. 2 more on each side like that. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Left foot steps back. Straighten front leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten again. And if you're feeling more flexible, drape it down. Good. Inhale, look forward. Step forward. And come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Right foot back. Straighten that front leg. Inhale, bend it, look forward. Exhale, straighten and drape. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit your hips down. And inhale, come up. Good. 1 more on each side here. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot back. Straighten front leg. Bend it, look forward. Straighten again. Bend it, look forward. Step forward. And come up. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot back. Straighten the leg. Bend it, look forward. Straighten again. Stretch that front leg. Bend it, look forward. Step forward. And come up. Good. Stop and breathe a moment. Feel your body warming up. Feel the energy starting to move around your body. And just focus on that inner energy. So all the stuff around us, stressors, tensions, things you have to do later today, just let that all melt away. It's your practice, your time to be here now. All right, next we're going to step back to the warrior one. All right, so inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, sit it down. Left foot steps back, same position for that back foot. So heel down, toes out at 10 or 11. And then if you need to bring one hand to your thigh at a time to get you up. Inhale, warrior one, arms come up. Exhale, come back to your blocks. Step forward and come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Left foot back, hands through the thigh or just straight up, warrior one. Exhale, come back to your blocks and step forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Keep going like this. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Left foot back. I lost an earbud. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands back to your blocks. Step forward and come up. Exhale. Good, keep going. Inhale up. Exhale. Right foot back. Warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step it up. Exhale. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Left foot back. Warrior one. Exhale, hands back to your blocks. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. Right foot back. Warrior two. Warrior one. Exhale, hands to your blocks. Step forward and come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, beautiful. Stop and breathe. So I expect you're feeling a bit warm by now. That's the purpose of those sun salutations, so that's good. All right, so for this next, for the first sequence, we're gonna step back and put our knee on the floor. So let's bring our blanket to the floor about in the middle of your mat. So you wanna place it so that you're gonna be able to step your foot behind the blanket and then you'll put your knee down. So have a look at where it is, maybe a foot or so behind your feet. All right. Come back to the top, standing just behind your blocks. Take a deep breath. All right, very nice. Now let's get started with the sequences. All right. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, sit it down, hands to your blocks. Now you're gonna step your left foot far behind. And the further back you step your foot, the easier it is to put the knee on the floor. So if you have the foot real close here, it's harder to make that distance. If you can step the foot pretty far behind, you've got your blocks here to support you, then you're gonna lower that back knee down to your blanket. And then we're here in a low lunge. So then you can bring your hands to your knee and feel sinking forward into those hips. So you want to still feel your spine stretching up to the sky, but feel a slight sinking forward. You'll get some stretch into the front of that left thigh, which is beautiful. You can keep your hands here or bring them up to the sky. So arms stretching up to the sky, feeling your hips opening a little bit. Feel your spine stretch up. So you don't want to dump into your low back here. You want to stretch up, extended spine as you sink your hips forward. Remember, arms can always be in a cactus or here if that's uncomfortable for your shoulders. Good, then hands are gonna come to your heart. You're gonna twist your body around to the right. If you can bring your left elbow to this right thigh, that's great. That gives you a little leverage to twist further to the right. So feel your right side of your core contracting to twist you around. And breathe. Good, now come back to the center. You're gonna grab your two blocks and scooch them back just a little bit. You're gonna sink your hips back and straighten that front leg. Now, when you straighten that front leg, then you're gonna sink your hips back a little bit as you come down with a straight spine, stretching this front hamstring. So this is called half Hanuman. Really deep stretch through the front hamstring and calf. The toes peel up toward the sky. Good, and then plant that front foot again. Move your blocks back forward. And then settle yourself onto the back knee. We're gonna spin on the left knee as we take the right leg to the back of our mat and right arm comes to the sky. This is a modified side plank using our block and with our knee down. So feel your hips stretching up with that right arm high. Let's take a couple of big circles with that top arm, really stretching that chest. I like to even take my arm back behind me, opening that pec and shoulder. This is so awesome for my cancer side. Feels amazing. All right, come on back to the center. You're gonna bring that right leg back forward and then tuck the back toes. We have to get back up to the front of our mat. So tuck the back toes, push your heel as you straighten that back leg. If you need to settle the blocks or move them forward, that's fine. Look forward, step back to place, and inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Nice job. All right, let's go with the other side. Inhale up, exhale, sit it down. Now the right leg's gonna step back. Remember, the further back you can step it, the easier it is. And then lower that back knee down to the floor. Make sure your blanket's there to pad the knee. And then you can bring your hands to your knee, sink those hips forward. See how that's feeling in the hips. Feel your spine stretch up and out of your pelvis. And if it's okay, arms can come up. Remember, cactus is fine, wherever feels good to you. Feel your hips stretching, feel your spine stretch up and out of your pelvis. Good, hands to your heart. Now twist to the left. If you can bring your right elbow to your left thigh, that's great. If not, just stay there twisting, using the left oblique core muscles to twist you around. Keeping your breath calm and relaxed. Keeping your mind as still as possible. Just going with the flow here. Whatever this practice brings, we're gonna just try it. Good, come back to the center, grab your blocks, scooch them back and straighten that front leg, half Hanuman. Sink those hips back to stretch that front hamstring. Remember, keep your spine straight so your chest is stretching forward as you fold down over that front leg, toes toward your face. Front hamstring stretching big time. Very nice. Now plant the front foot again, take the blocks back to the front, and then we're gonna spin on this right knee. Left leg goes long to the back, left arm to the sky. Big, strong, modified side plank. And then take some big circles with that top arm. Really stretch that shoulder. You can take the arm all the way behind you. Feel that pec opening, shoulder opening. Deliciousness. So good for our chest where we've had surgery and radiation, just really opening that up. Now bring the knee, left knee toward your chest, left foot comes back to the front. Resettle your blocks. Tuck the back toes under and push that back heel away as you straighten the leg. Look forward, step forward, and come up. Good, exhale, hands to your heart. Stop and breathe a moment. I'm sweating. Let's move our blanket. We're gonna take the second sequence. It's gonna be sort of similar poses, but we'll do them standing instead of with our knee down. All right, so a couple of deep breaths. And here we go. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, hips sit down. Now the left foot steps behind. Now two options here. You can either take it a high lunge where the toes are turned under, heel is up. That's the harder version. Or if that's a little hard for you to balance, go ahead and put the heel down like we did for warrior one. All right, so your choice, heel up or heel down. Arms are gonna come up, warrior one, or a high lunge. This one's a high lunge with the heel up. So again, cactus arms are fine, whatever you need to do. If your shoulders feel okay, stretch your arms all the way to the sky. You're straightening that back leg as much as possible. Front knees bent, hips are square to the front. Spine stretches up and out of your hips. Now, just like we did before, hands are going to come to your heart and you're going to twist around to the right so you can stay high just like this and feel your core contracting to pull you around. Or if you've got the flexibility, you can bring that left elbow outside your right thigh and really twist around. This is a little harder to balance, but just practice and you'll get there. Good. Come back to the center. Now, if you've got the back heel up, let's go ahead and sit it down. We're going to inhale, stretch your arms to the sky, and exhale, fold your body forward with a flat back, eventually reaching for your blocks. It's okay to bend the front knee if you need to, reaching for your blocks with a flat back. And then here's that shape we made during the step back to seesaw sun salutation. We're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to bend it, look forward, and then straighten it again. Feel a big stretch through that front hamstring. Good, now bend the front knee, move your blocks just an inch or two in front of the foot, and then we're gonna step up into warrior three. So, a couple of options here. Warrior three is the first option with your hands at your blocks. Second option, bring your hands to your chest to balance. Third option, open your hip to the side so that that top foot points to the side of your mat. Left hand can come to your heart or all the way to the sky. This is half moon. So this is sort of the standing correlate to that modified side plank we did with our knee on the floor. Good, wherever you are, release it, step the feet to meet, hips sit down, chest up, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, stop and breathe. Again, notice the energy in your body, feel how strong you are. Feel yourself building strength every time you get on your mat. All right, here comes the second side. Inhale up, exhale, sit it down. Right foot steps back, and again, remember, heel can stay up for a high lunge, or the heel can go down for warrior one, your choice. If you're feeling strong, like you've got lots of balance, give a try to the high lunge. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms come up, spine stretches up and out of the hips. Try to straighten that back leg as much as you can. Good, and then hands to your heart. You're gonna twist to the left, and then either stay high, just like this, feel that left core contracting, or bring your right elbow outside the left thigh and twist. Good, come on back to the center. Put the back heel down, and then inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, stretch out of your hips as you fold forward with a flat back, and then reach for your blocks. Remember, bend the front knee if you need to, no problem. And then we're gonna straighten that front leg, stretch the hamstring. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten it again. Feel your low back stretch along with the hamstring. And then bend it, look forward, step into the front foot, and remember, warrior three here, back leg parallel to the floor, hands at your blocks. Or if you're feeling frisky, hands to your chest, balancing here. Or third option, left hand stays at the block, hip opens to the side, and we open our body up to the right side for half moon. Hand can stay at the chest, or go all the way to the sky. Half moon. Good, and then hands back to your blocks. Bring the feet back to meet, sit your hips down, look forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, stop and breathe. All right, awesome job, guys. 2 pretty challenging sequences there, so great work. Stop and feel your energy going with the flow. All right, I'm gonna just move my blocks to the side for a moment. So for our balancing pose today, we're gonna take something called Uttita Hasta Padangustasana, which means, in Sanskrit, means hand to big toe. But I'm going to teach you the option to do it, not taking the big toe, but taking the knee instead, and then I'll show you the toe option. So it's a way to practice balance and then keep working on this flexibility through the legs, which we've been doing throughout the practice today. So first option is shift your weight into your left foot. I like to take my left hand to my hip for balance. And then you're going to pick the right foot up and grab hold of your knee with your right hand. Now, feel your spine nice and strong. So don't be leaning back or leaning forward. You want your spine nice and tall like a lamppost. Hand is holding onto the knee. Breathing and gazing in one point for balance. And then when you're ready, you're going to open the thigh to the right. You can gaze left if your balance can manage it. The left arm can come all the way out to the side. And then come back to the front. Switch your hands. Now the left hand comes to the knee, and then you twist to the right as the right arm comes behind you. Gaze twists all the way around. If you fall out, just come back in, no problem. That's how we learn our balance. That's how we get our strength. Fall out, you just try again. Then come back to the front. Release both hands, holding the thigh there. And relax. All right, shake it out a little bit. Good. So that one uses a lot of strength through those hip flexors as well as strength through the standing leg and your core to hold your balance in there. All right, let's take the other leg, and then I'll show you what it looks like when you take the big toe. All right, so shift your weight into your right foot, right hand to your hip, lift up the left leg, grab hold of the knee with your left hand. Again, feel spine stretching tall to the sky, gaze at one point and breathe. Feel a strong standing leg. Feel the 4 points, the 4 corners of your standing foot strong in the floor, helping you to balance. Good, and when you're ready, open that left leg to the left. If that's okay, you gaze right. You can bring the right arm all the way out. Good, come back to the front. Switch the hands. So right hand comes to the knee, left arm goes long behind you, and you twist around to the left, gazing behind you toward that left hand. Remember, if you fall out, it's no problem. Just try again. We're balancing for a long time in this one. Good, then come back to the front. Release both hands. Hold that thigh there. Strong standing leg, strong left leg raised. And let it go. Woo, awesome. Nice job. All right, so if you've been practicing this for a while and you're feeling a little bit more flexible in the legs, let me show you what it looks like with grabbing the big toe. So you'd shift your weight into the left foot just like we did, and then you reach down, take the 2-piece fingers and grab hold of that left big toe. If that feels okay, you can eventually try to straighten that leg out in front. But again, you want to feel your spine nice and strong, so you're not like bending all the way forward and putting a lot of strain on your spine. So you want to have long, tall spine. If your hamstrings are flexible enough, you stretch the foot all the way out. You can take it to the right this way, and then you can take it with the twist, just like we did. And then here's the real kicker. Arms come up, you hold the foot there. All right? So as you build more flexibility, if you like this video and you practice it a few times, you can take that version as your legs get more flexible. Let's take the other side just for symmetry. So same thing, shift the weight into the right foot, right hand to your hip, grab hold of those big toes with your peace sign fingers, and then slowly extend the leg forward, spine stretching tall. When you're ready, leg stretches out to the left and then comes back to the front. You switch the hands, twist to the back, come back to the front, release both hands and let it go. Woo. All right, nice work, guys. Let's make our way onto the floor. So make sure your blocks are nearby, and if your knees are pretty sensitive, you can go ahead and put the blanket under your knees again. We're gonna come to kneel on our knees. Now, we're gonna try a pose called hero pose, and this one is meant to stretch your quads, but it can put a little pressure on your knees, so if you've got tricky knees, you wanna be a little bit careful. What you're trying to do eventually is feet are gonna separate a little bit so that your bum can sit down in between the feet. Now, if you haven't been doing yoga a lot or you've not got really flexible knees, this may be a lot of a stretch. So you can take a block and you're gonna stick it right underneath your bum to give you a little bit of space. Now maybe you need 2 blocks. So if you need 2, you put 2. And you slowly just keep working toward more of a stretch through your quads. So if you're at 2 blocks for now, you stay here. You might grab your heels and just lean back gently and see if you can feel a little more stretch through your quads. Eventually, you would remove 1 block, coming down to sit on the one. You want to make sure your feet are straight behind you. So feet shouldn't be turning out to the sides to put like a lot of torque on your ankles. Feet straight behind. Eventually, you try to keep the knees together, but it's okay if they separate a little bit at first. If you're on just 1 block and this feels okay, you can lean back a little bit, bring a little more stretch through your quads. See how that feels. But again, never feeling sharp pain in the knees. So if you feel sharp pain in the knees, you come out of that, okay? And if your hips are all the way onto the floor, sometimes you need to peel your calves out of the way. If your hips are all the way onto the floor, then you can reach back even further, stretching your chest up, really stretching through those quads and knees. So these big muscles in our thighs, these quadricep muscles, they get a lot of work with all of our standing poses, so it's nice to stretch those babies out. So just stay here and breathe. Feel your body relax into the stretch a little bit. Couple of deep breaths. All right, very nice. Now come up and get out of that in a safe way. So coming all the way up and then shifting your legs out of the way to the side. All right, and then next we're gonna take a wide-legged forward fold. So you're gonna bring your legs just as wide as is comfortable to you, whatever that looks like. If it's right here, that's totally fine. A lot of people will like to stick a block underneath their knees. So if sitting with the legs flat is a lot on your back or your legs, you can put a block under each knee. The important thing is to feel your spine stretching up and tall. You don't want to roll back onto your tailbone. So roll your pelvis forward, and then you can take your hands to the floor and slowly walk yourself forward. So walking forward as far as feels okay to you, with blocks or not. And if you're really flexible, you can take your legs real wide like this. And then same thing, roll your pelvis forward, walk gently forward, and feel those legs stretch. We've done lots of leg stretching in this practice, so your legs should be nice and loose, and this might feel really delicious. It might not. If you've got pretty tight legs, if you're a runner, or you've just not done a lot of stretching. But either way, breathing into the stretch. Feel your legs relaxing. Feel yourself building flexibility. As your legs get more flexible, it'll make the rest of the practice a lot easier. So all those standing poses where we're stepping back, once you've got more flexibility in your thighs and your hips and the rest of your legs, those poses will be a lot easier for you. All right, good. And then slowly walk yourself to the top. If you need to grab those legs to bring them back to the center, you can do that. All right. Nice job, guys. Now we're going to make our way onto our belly for the back bending postures. We're going to take the belly down, spine strengthening postures. So make your way onto your belly. Again, if you've got a cat, you can just work around him. All right, so the first of the belly down, back strengthening postures is cobra. So you're gonna rest your upper body down on the floor. Hands are gonna be right underneath your shoulders. Now your elbows are gonna point back toward your hips, not out to the sides, like a traditional push-up from gym class. Elbows back toward your hips. Zip your legs up. And then you're gonna pull your shoulder blades down your back. So you don't want your shoulder blades up into your ears. You want shoulder blades down, elbows toward your hips, and then slowly peel your upper body up off of the mat. So feel the big strappy muscles along your spine contracting to lift you up here. Notice that my elbows are bent. If you straighten your arms all the way, it's not as much of a spine strengthener as just a back bend. This one's really strengthening those muscles of the back. Good, one more breath, lift up, and then roll yourself down and rest. Turn your head to one side or the other. I find it more comfortable to put my hands underneath my head because of my implants, but if it's more comfortable to you, you can put the hands down at your sides and rest here. That's not super comfortable for me, so I like it like this. Rest and allow your spine to relax. If you want to bend the legs and windshield wipe the legs side to side, that feels kind of good. All right, good. We're going to take a second set of that. So zip the legs up again, hands under your shoulders, elbows back toward your hips, shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, peel your upper body up off the floor. Feel the muscles of your spine contracting to hold you there. One more breath. Up and let it go. Turn your head to the opposite direction. And rest. If you like those windshield wipers, fine to take some more. All right, good. Awesome job. Now, let's push ourselves up to a seat. So push yourself up. You can sit on your knees if that's comfortable for you. For our inversion today, I'm going to offer you a couple of things. So if you're feeling a little spent or a little tired, feel free to go ahead and roll over onto your back and take our favorite block under the sacrum, legs up to the sky, relaxing inversion, just feet up. If this is difficult for you or uncomfortable for whatever reason, you can also take a chair or anything that you've got nearby and just place your feet up onto the chair. Just anything to get your legs up in the air. I could use this wall here at the back of my space. So you could just take legs up on a wall or legs up on a chair and relax there. So that's option number one. If you're still feeling like you've got a bit of energy, I'm going to start working us into the preparatory poses for headstand. So I'm not going to put you into a headstand today, but I'm going to start showing you how to work toward that, how you might work the strength for that. Now it does require a little bit of weight into the arms. So if you're a person who doesn't do weight into your arms, then take the first option with your legs up. But if you're able to put a little bit of weight into your arms, let's start working toward a headstand. So the prep for a headstand is to understand that most of the strength isn't coming from the top of your head. So most of the weight is not on your head and your neck. Most of the weight in a headstand is in your shoulders. So let's show you how we're going to work toward that. So we measure the distance between our elbows, and this is to make sure that our elbows stay shoulder width distance apart. So you bring your hands around each side of the elbows, and then you release the hands and interlace the fingers, and you keep the elbows there. You never let the elbows splay out to the sides. So elbows stay shoulder width distance apart. And then if you're ready to start working to the strength of this, before you ever put your head on the floor, the first thing to do is to tuck your toes and lift your hips up and just start feeling the strength into your shoulders. So you feel strong shoulders, and we walk our hips up to get them above our shoulders. And this is the strength that you're going to need for a headstand. So all the weight into your elbows and shoulders is what you're going to need when you eventually try a headstand. All right? We're not even going to try to get up into it today. I'll make a tutorial on that. It's got a lot more of that. But if you want to just practice that a couple times today, stop and rest, and then let's try it one more time. So again, shoulders, elbows just under the shoulders, measure that distance, release the hands, interlace the fingers, tuck your toes and lift the hips up. Feel strong through those shoulders. As you push the elbows into the floor, push your wrists into the floor as well. Walk the hips a little higher if you can. And when you're done, rest. All right, nice work. So eventually building all that strength through those shoulders that we're going to need to get upside down. All right, let's take a couple of finishing stretches. So if you're on your back and you've got your legs up to the sky or onto a wall or a chair, go ahead and roll out of that and let's come up to a seat for our finishing stretches. So finishing stretches today, first one is going to be right leg outstretched, sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. And we're going to turn our body first over the outstretched leg, extend your spine, stretching up, and then gently walk yourself over that outstretched leg. Again, in forward fold, so important to keep your spine straight. So don't curl down and compress the front of your spine. Stretch up and fold forward instead of curling. So you feel that stretch move into your low back, maybe a little bit into the hamstring and back side of the right leg, but mostly into the low back. Coming toward the end of the practice here, feel your body starting to come down from all of those energetic poses at the beginning. Notice yourself relaxing. Take a couple of deep breaths. Good, and then walk yourself back to the top. And then let's take the other leg. So left leg outstretched, sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh. Turn your body over the outstretched leg, stretch your spine tall and walk it forward. Again, spine straight. Feel the low back stretch and breathe. Again, feel yourself coming down. Feel your awareness turning inward even further, allowing the outside world to melt away. This is a great practice. When the outside world seems crazy, which it often does, if we can learn to shift our awareness a little bit, we can help ourselves to not let that stuff get to us so much. And find that peaceful, still place inside of us where we can always retreat if we need to. All right, good. Gently walk yourself to the top. Let's take a little final spinal twist and then Savasana. So, two options for this one. The first option is to keep the left leg long on the floor. You're going to bring the right foot up and over. So plant that right foot to the outside of your left leg. Now, if you've got more flexibility in your hips and legs, you can curl the bottom leg under and keep that right leg up and over. Try not to sit on the left foot, so make sure the foot is outside your hips. Wherever your legs are, bring your right hand behind you, straight like a kickstand. It's going to keep your spine nice and long. And then left arm comes up, and you twist to the right. First from your belly, then your ribs, then your chest. Then that left arm drapes down over the knee and you turn all the way around to the back. So again, your body's all nice and warmed up, so you've got more flexibility. Feel this juicy, delicious twist. Wringing your spine out from bottom to top. Good, and then slowly come back the same way you went in and switch the legs. So same thing on this side. Right leg can be long, left foot up and over, or if you've got more flexibility, you can bend that right leg and curl it around underneath, and left leg stays up and over. Left hand becomes a kickstand, right arm up, and then gently twist first with the belly, then the ribs to the left, then the chest. Drape the arm down and over the knee. Back arm is still a kickstand, keeping the spine nice and straight, and twist all the way around to the left. All right, beautiful. Come back and out the way you went in. Shoulders first, then your ribs, then your belly. And release your legs. And you have made it. It's time for Savasana. So let's go ahead and lie down on our mat. Again, watching out for your cat. Go ahead and lie down flat on your back. If you need a little something to prop under your knees, go ahead and grab that, maybe a blanket or a block. Bring your hands down alongside your body. Toes roll open, palms face up. Finding your perfect position for Savasana. You stay there lying down. I'm going to sit up just to lead you through Savasana. So remembering, Savasana is such an important part of our practice. This is where we allow the body and the mind to come to complete relaxation. We allow all the benefits of your practice to really soak in. So please don't rush your Savasana. Give yourself at least a few minutes. More is better if you have the time. So release control of your breath. Just allow your breath to come to natural, but bring your awareness to the sensations of your breath. Just notice what it feels like. Notice if you can feel the energy in your body from your practice. Just notice any sensations that you feel. As you lie here breathing completely relaxed. And then after you've spent a minute or so noticing the sensations of your body, just release that attention and that awareness. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Just breathe and be here now. And again, remember, if those pesky thoughts start creeping back into your mind, just count your breaths back from 10. Inhaling 10 in. Exhaling 10 out. 9 in. 9 out. Keep counting like that until your mind relaxes again and comes back to Savasana. It's totally natural. Your mind is a little bit busy. It just takes practice, and that's what Savasana is good for. Practicing complete relaxation. Getting used to what it feels like to completely relax your body and your mind so that you can learn to incorporate that more into the rest of your life off the mat. So many times in our life that we get tons of tension in our body and our mind, and if we could just learn to notice that first and then turn on that relaxation response, let the tension melt away, we'll be healthier and happier for it. If you've got lots of time and you can have a longer Savasana, you can go ahead and pause the video and stay as long as you like. Start to wake your body up with some small movements of fingers and toes. Maybe some bigger circles with wrists and ankles. Maybe turn your head side to side, stretching that neck. And and then stretch your arms long, stretch your legs long like you're just waking up. And when you're ready, roll yourself onto the side of your choice. Stay there for a couple of breaths. I'll read to you again from Mahatma Gandhi. There is a force in the universe which, if we permit it, will flow through us and produce miraculous results. So remember, as you go through your day today, to just loosen your grip a little. Don't try so hard to control everything. Loosen that grip and just go with the flow. When you're ready, make your way back up to a comfortable seat. And we'll close the practice with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Peace for ourselves, peace for those around us, and peace for the universe. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhaling for Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for giving yourself this beautiful gift of yoga. Namaste.